This is PkmnMstrz, a Pokemon GO podcast, your critical hit of Pokemon GO and the news from the Pokemon world around us. Logic and adultiness don't always apply. Here are your hosts, Jolt Switch Mac and Roxy. Hi everyone, and welcome to another week here. We have quite a bit of news to jumble through. We'll keep it short and sweet though, because we have had a long weekend.
We had a long week.
I mean, we put together the room for the bean and everything. We are exhausted.
Yeah, it's not even done. So don't talk about it, because I'm just going to get stressed out and start doing work at, 1:45 in the morning. Piss off some neighbors, why not?
So we are actually recording the morning of the release date, so it is the 26th while we're recording.
Yeah.
You hear our episode in a few hours once I get it all edited, but let's kick it off and get through all the information we can.
Yeah, I wasn't even supposed to be on this week.
What?
Me? Well,
yesterday you were toast.
No.
I was toast too, so...
So apparently, cankles are real. They're terrible. And it looks like you're ready. Your leg is, or your ankle is, ready to explode. Yeah. When balloons get fucked up and they get a little bubble on them and then they don't look the shape they're supposed to be? Right. That's exactly what my ankle looked like. No more socks here.
But yeah, just keep you relaxed and in bed and settle down for the next little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to have a bath after this.
So just want to make sure everyone is aware that our podcast is part of the Pokemon Professor Network. So just make sure you take a peek at PkmnMstrz.com for all the different podcasts and everything that are part. Ken has actually launched a Pokemon GO online trading card game tournament on a monthly basis. So you can find that there as well. See what information there is. I wanted to take part this month, but...
read the rules. Just put it that way.
Didn't read all of the rules completely. So I purchased the wrong deck, but we'll see what happens next month. Maybe I'll be lucky to have the right deck.
I'm just glad you read IKEA instructions all the way. Thoroughly. Because we'd have bigger problems than you not having the right deck.
So this week we'll just focus on the event radar. We won't take a look too deep into much else. Our Battle Arena, we do have the announcement of the Silph Cup for June. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, there's not too much we need to really get in depth with.
Yeah.
So, we've got a whole bunch here. Spotlight Hour, once again. Then we have that 20 years of Pokemon GO in 4 weeks. So same deal, we're just flipping through the events. Legendary Editions. Mm-hmm. There's been a few new perks coming there. Community Day Play at Home Edition 2 completed.
Yes.
Had we recorded when we planned to, we would have been able to speak to it.
What?
To the Community Day itself.
Like how it was?
Yeah.
I don't know, I didn't take part.
And then Community Day for June and July have been announced somewhat.
We got the guys. We don't have dates for July yet, do we?
We have the dates for June, but not July.
That's what I said. Yeah. Well, depending on what day it is in July, you might not be taking... None of us might be taking part.
Well, the 23rd is the middle of a week, so I think we're safe.
Oh, to what? To take
Community
part?
Day doesn't happen in the middle of the week.
It may now. Welcome to pandemic, motherfuckers. We have Community Day when we feel like it. Thursday it is. And who said Bean is punctual?
Yeah, you got a point.
Bean could be like, I'ma come on the 20th. Or Bean could be like, I'ma come on the 25th. Right? Just corner off those weekends.
Now, we do also like to draw attention that our podcast is powered by Patreon. So for as little as $1 a month, you can help the PvP scene that we admin within our region and keep the gears turning on the content that you enjoy every Tuesday. Not to mention, we post on Twitter and Instagram and everything. And of course it's fun, but if you want to be a part, take part and show us that you like what we're doing.
Do it.
Patreon's the way to go.
Or, a nice review.
Yeah, if monetary support isn't quite your thing, you can always leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Podcast Republic, just to name a few. Just show us that you like what you hear.
Show me the love.
So, we did have Spotlight Hour on the 19th, which was Poochyena.
Yes.
but we weren't really catching the Poochyena.
No, we were not.
We dropped mystery boxes.
And we're catching Meowthans.
Double candy Meltan, and I was pinup bearing each and every single
So
one.
was I.
Yeah.
I think I might have run out of... No, I told you I ran out of, good balls.
Yeah.
I only had Pokeballs. So it became really tricky. Because I didn't want to waste pinups, right?
Right.
At the same time. So I kind of picked and chose, after a while, which Meltons would get the pinup.
Right.
Because it's like, I want to be strategic. Like, if it's, 200 CP, I can probably make it.
Right.
And then I moved into my silver pinups, because apparently I had 125 of those.
Not bad.
How? I don't even know. I don't know how I got those.
So this week coming up, if you listen to the podcast in the morning, at 6 p.m. local time until 7 p.m. local time, you'll have Bronzor for Spotlight Hour.
Yes.
And 2 times transfer candy.
So we're going to be transferring all our Meltan that we caught. So I can get more candy, and you can get more candy.
Exactly.
And I can evolve and power up my rank 1.
I'll have my Go Plus running to catch the Bronzor, but I'm not really focused on that. Yeah,
No,
they are shiny possible, but I'd rather
I got a couple of them for our Philly event.
Oh, right.
So I'm good.
Yeah, my focus will be double candy for Meltan for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we had our plans as to what we're gonna do. So
just gotta remember to do it.
I know. I was so sad that I couldn't really partake in the Seedot thing. I mean, I checked a couple times.
Yeah, I took a peek for you as well.
And I mean, I couldn't. This is the first community day where I checked something, and I didn't come out with a single shiny. So I was kind of sad.
But it was busy, and I got a few, so I'll be able to trade you on this.
There we go.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sharing is caring, even if it's just trading Pokemon.
So for that throwback challenge, we are into the Sinnoh research. And you said that you completed your Hoenn research for the week before, right?
I did.
You got your Groudon with Fire Punch?
I did. My 17th Groudon that's not shiny.
So this week, running until Friday, the 29th, at 1 p.m. local time, you have, again, that Sinnoh research. So your 7K eggs will be filled with Cranidos, Shieldon, Glameow, Chingling, Bonsly, Happiny, Gibble, Munchlax, Riolu, and Mantike.
Freaking Gibble.
Andrew from Go Live hatched a shiny Gibble.
Let's not talk about it.
Let's not talk about it.
Good for him. Screw you, man.
So you can bet I've got every 7K egg I can. Every time I have an empty spot, I turn off everything. Do not spin Pokestops. Until I get an egg from a gift.
Yeah, a friend.
Oh yeah.
A friend.
Now we have seen a lot of Pikachu in the Lucario hat, so hopefully this is the end of the hats for a while.
Nah. There's gonna be another stupid ass crown. Or at least another headwear watch is gonna be like, we have made a flower arrangement. Or a fruit bowl that Pikachu's now gonna wear. Those tropical fruit hats or whatever, where there's always a pineapple that makes whoever's wearing it 7 feet tall.
Now just keep in mind that for the rest of the week, your star pieces, lucky eggs, and incense will run for 1 hour. So that's not really a change for incense, but no. Star pieces and lucky eggs.
That's a bit of a
boost.
Indeed.
Now if you do complete all the research tasks in the research itself...
Excuse me.
Bean hiccup.
It was definitely a bean hiccup.
So if you do complete those, their special research itself, I'm stuck on Buddy Candy Mess.
Don't even talk to me about that. Nothing has moved. I have walked, I have done all the shit, and nothing is happening. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, my adventure sync doesn't work. No matter with what. My phone, my watch, nothing. You know what another thing that I've noticed is stupid as shit? When I'm doing stuff with my buddy, and I go to do my hearts, I'll place him down, I'll feed him the berry, get that heart, I'll, play with him, pet him, get the heart, and then after he's done, showing affection, when, all the hearts and stuff disappear, I take a picture of him, it doesn't register as a take a snapshot. I have to exit, replace him, and take another snapshot.
That's weird, it works for me.
It's being this whole thing's pissing me off. Right. I'm, debating putting it down for a bit, because it's getting me really angry.
Well, just don't do the buddy stuff, then.
But I'm so close.
No, you're not.
I am.
It's a long way away.
It's still, you know what I mean?
She's got a sliver on the best buddy thing, and she thinks she's close.
It's more than a sliver.
Okay, she's less than a quarter of the way.
It's a large sliver.
She's less than a quarter of the way. You're still a ways off.
That is totally a quarter. But yes, Adventure Sync doesn't work. Like, this hasn't moved for 2 days now. 2.8 out of 5, and I walk around the house.
Just give it a friggin' poffin.
I don't have any more poffins. Every single freaking challenge I've been giving this shit a poffin. There's only so many effing poffins.
If you're gonna have a buddy that's a 5 kilometer distance, you gotta walk a 5 kilometer distance.
I do though, that's the problem. It just doesn't register. My Adventure Sync hasn't been working properly for like weeks now. We're almost at months. So fuck this, and fuck the Adventure Sync, and I'm not doing it anymore. I don't care.
So if we can get through the research, you will be able to get a Cresselia with Grass Knot as a charge move.
Fuck Cresselia and her Grass Knot.
That's shiny possible.
I have them, I don't care. I just have a fear of missing out as to like what the big bonus reward is for completing all of the things.
So what we're talking to there is, in a little bit, we do have that event from June 1st at 1 p.m. June 3rd at 1 p.m. local time to June 8th at 1 p.m. local time. It's the Throwback Challenge Champion 2020 Special Research.
Exactly.
Now, this special research does not have a time limit on it, but it may work better if you're playing for those days, because it all has to, usually they have to do with, Pokemon from that generation. So, rewards that you can earn are rare candies, reward encounters with Genesect, which was only part of the special event that we'd taken part in. Correct. Galarian Meowth, Galarian Stunfisk, as well as their evolutions will be available since they are in-game. Correct. And Professor Willow's glasses are an exclusive avatar item that you'd be receiving as well.
He has glasses?
Yes.
On his face?
I think he wears some light up.
On his head? Or like douchey on his forehead?
I think douchey.
So I don't even know what they would look like.
Take a look here.
I'm busy.
Okay.
I am catching a Sphinx.
Now your 7k eggs for that period will get you Galarian Meowth, Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Darumaka, and Galarian Stunfisk as well there.
That's exciting. I want a Galarian Meowth. It kind of looks like a Tasmanian devil.
Now what they have added to this here is that if you don't complete the research, you can purchase the research. There he is, douchey on his head.
Yes. Now he's going to talk for a fucking hour.
So you will be able to purchase the research for $7.99 US.
Which research? The champion thing?
Yes.
So I don't have to fucking worry about it?
If you want to pay $8.
I don't, but at the same time.
But you can do both at the same time. If you complete the tasks and get the research that way,
yeah,
and purchase the $8 ticket,
yeah,
you would get 2 separate research tasks. The one that you earn would provide the Pokemon with the encounters, the glasses, and all those different things.
Okay.
The purchase one would provide you, instead of the encounter, 10 candy for each of the Pokemon you would have encountered.
Okay.
And Stardust instead of glasses.
Well, fuck that. I don't need that.
So you'd be able to partake in both if you finish. If not, then you can drop $8 and just have everything the way you would have if you finished it for free.
I want to figure out how to get my buddy thing because, like, and this is another thing, like, if I walk, I'm going to be swollen again for like a day or two. This is bullshit.
So just keep in mind that the cost for that, if you are looking to purchase it, whether you finish your research or not, is again $7.99 US dollars. Mm-hmm. And they say very clearly, plus taxes, fees, or the equivalent in your local currency.
So it's basically like converted, figure it out.
Yes. So moving forward to legendaries in addition. Yes. Terrakion, which is shiny possible, will be ending as of the launch date of this podcast, the 26th.
So tomorrow.
At 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, oh shit, it's today.
Yeah. It's Tuesday now. We're recording on Tuesday.
I know. I just realized that it's past midnight.
Now, we did have Raid Hour for Terrakion on the 20th.
Yes.
We didn't take part. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, we are so busy.
Yeah.
For baby prep, especially since I'm going crazy because I'm like worried. What if she comes early? Then we're screwed. And because I just worry, so I just want to have everything done so I don't have to stress.
So coming forward, what they've announced is that the Tau Trio will be coming to Pokemon Go.
Yep.
First up, we'll see Reshiram starting May 26th, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and running all the way until June 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a new release, so they want to make sure everyone gets their hands on it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Reshiram is a dragon and fire type. Sounds like a Gen 1 Pokemon we may be thinking of. Is that dragon-looking one? That's fire type? You're just shaking your head. Now, you will be able to experience Reshiram for Raid Hour for 3 weeks. So, starting May 27th, then June 3rd, and June 10th, all between 6 and 7 local time. Now, a little bit of backstory on Reshiram. I'm going to be honest, I didn't play these games, so I'm learning these Pokemon as we go now.
Neither did I. I was in Poland. We didn't have that much fucking shit.
But this is like Gen 5 stuff. The DS game?
What year was this?
Gen 5. It's probably Sun and Moon. Maybe. Maybe before that. Black and White. Black and White.
Exactly. So no, I only have Sun and Moon.
Okay, so
Sun.
You'll be kind of up to speed next gen.
Hopefully.
So yeah, these are Black and White. Sorry guys, I didn't play. The last game I owned had Giratina.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's a while.
It's a much while. So Reshiram was originally discovered in the Unova region and first met trainers in Pokemon Black and White.
Yes.
According to myth, if people ignore the truth and let themselves become consumed by greed, Reshiram will arrive to burn their kingdoms down.
Burn it down? What kingdom? Fucking. I live in an apartment where I have to stick ACs in the windows every year. Burn it down, by all means.
That's most apartment buildings. Some apartment buildings have what you're used to.
What are you talking about? Exactly, mine had. Most of them in Toronto had it. But then I moved to Gizbo City and everything's like, this was built 40, 50 years ago and has nothing. It just has room. But you know what? I'm okay with the room. It just sucks that it's now going to trash our hydro bill. But, you know. And also, we can't record with AC on. So I'm now sweating my non-existing balls off. So don't be heavy breathing, get excited.
So Reshiram, as I'd mentioned, is one of the Tau trio. The other two are Zekrom and Kyurem. Kyurem always reminds me of Deadpool when he's building the thing. The Kyurem.
Oh my god.
Now, Reshiram was the mascot to black version specifically. So I'm assuming Zekrom was white version? I don't know, I'll look it up. It makes sense to me.
Okay.
So we did have Seedot Community Day. As you mentioned, you didn't get to take part. I was working for some of it.
Most of it, to be honest.
Most of it. So I was able to take part a little more because desk job at home.
Yeah.
I got a few shinies, like I said, so I can trade you one. The funniest part is I did get a better PvP IV Seedot that was also shiny.
The time and the one person that doesn't care about shinies gets what he needs, but it is shiny. And I was like, are you fucking joking me? Wasn't that like the first one you clicked on too?
The first snapshot one I clicked on was shiny, yeah. So I took a picture, the snapshot popped up, I clicked on it, and it was shiny. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Did it show up on your screen as shiny or no?
I didn't pay attention.
Why are you like this? I have questions.
Oh, I didn't show you what it looked like with shiny as Nuzleaf.
Is it like orangey?
It's hilarious.
Why? I'm sure I scrolled through pictures of it on Twitter.
Okay, so shiny Seedot is not that different.
It's cute.
Which is
it's
why,
a little darker.
Which is why looking down from above it...
It doesn't really...
No.
Okay. What is that?
He's got like orange sunglasses.
Oh my god, he looks like he's burned.
Isn't that cute?
It's kind of adorable. He looks like a little fat ninja. Well, parachute pants ninja.
Parachute pants ninja. And then he runs like Naruto.
Can you call him Hammer Time? Please. Stop. Hammer Time. Because when you, name the one you're gonna trade me, Hammer Time. Because when we trade, I just wanted to say, Take good care of Hammer Time.
So yeah, we had an eventful yesterday, or 3 days ago? 3 days ago.
Was it yesterday? No.
We had an eventful community day. Let's just blanket statement. We had an eventful community day.
Yeah.
We had air conditioners installed, paint done, construction done, and I had to work.
And assembled cribs. 1 crib, sorry. Fuck, cribs, Jesus. And what, furniture brought over? Like wall units and shit?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Busy as hell.
It was a lot of shit. And then you just to move everything and to paint in under 6 hours, put up curtain rods, install 2 AC units into windows, professionally, and do trim too, baseboards and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Whoever that contractor is, he's really good at his job.
Link in the description.
Description. Hell yeah. It's my dad.
During that period, we also had that voting that we mentioned for upcoming community days.
Yes.
So it was a pick between Squirtle with Aura Sphere when it evolves to Blastoise, Weedle when it evolves to Beedrill with Drill Run.
Mm-hmm.
So Sandshrew evolving to Sandslash would have the fast attack of Shadow Claw, and Gastly evolving to Gengar would get Shadow Punch.
Mm-hmm.
So first and second place in the vote would take June and then July.
Yes.
What we were seeing is that Weedle won out with 34% of the vote, meaning that Weedle Community Day will be June 20th.
Correct.
And Gastly came a close second with 32%, leaving Squirtle and Sandshrew in the dust. Squirtle actually took third with 23%, so it was a big jump from Sandshrew.
Get out of here.
Who finished off with 11% of the vote.
As long as it wasn't freaking Squirrel, I was happy.
So now, Weedle, or Beedrill, with Drill Run, will help to counter the electric, fire, poison, rock, and steel types that it would be facing in any level of combat.
Big Dick B.
You'll probably most see it in the Great League itself, but definitely comes in handy there, especially with things like Registeel, for instance. That Drill Run doing ground-type damage, toast.
Hell yeah.
And Gastly with Gengar, its Shadow Punch is just a faster charging charge attack, so you can bait shields a little bit.
But we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you might not see many of them, because usually people use Haunter instead.
Yeah, plus it doesn't matter, because it hasn't been chosen.
It has been chosen, it's July.
What?
Gastly.
Oh, fuck. What the fuck am I thinking?
And Gastly's Shiny has already been released, so it's not even a new one.
Oh, so it's I think what I was forgetting is the fact that it took second place, and I was like, I don't give a shit. I'll be busy in July.
See, so in this place, third place is the first loser.
Yes.
Because second place still gets to be seen. So last but not least, we do have our Battle Arena. The Sorcerer's Cup did get announced from Silpharina. They did make some interesting picks to the tournament itself. Mm-hmm. The Sorcerer's Cup is running through June, so June 1st to 30th. Ice types, poison types, fairy types, psychic types, and normal types.
Yes.
Now they have limited the Pokemon that you can select from. No Dugong. They called it out straight up, just Dugong? No.
No.
Same for Alolan Raichu. And then what we are seeing is that their secondary move has to be less than 50,000 Stardust. We did see this before for one of the other tournaments. I believe it was the Fusion Cup. Mm-hmm. So they're creating another limit so that people who don't have that Stardust to burn can take part a little bit more.
Yeah.
And no Shadow Pokemon.
That's cool.
They're also another really big investment. But they do a ton of damage too.
Yes.
So it should be interesting to see what comes up. I mean, right away you can see that poison types are in, so you'll probably see Beedrill after Community Day rolls around.
Yes.
Of course, but I mean, there's a lot to pick from, and we'll definitely take a peek. And see what's happening as the meta unfolds.
Indeed.
Do you have anything else that you wanted to touch on this week here?
Nope. I expressed my displeasure in
The Chronicles of Adventure Sync.
Yes.
Part
the
a million.
Chronicles of Go Fuck Yourself. Also, yeah, and I addressed the issue of the buddy photo. The snapshot. Like, if anyone's having the same issue, please let me know, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's a waste of time.
Right, so you don't feel alone.
Yeah, and half the time, with my iPhone, if anyone else has this issue, is I can't even place my guys on the ground. Like, my phone just doesn't read the ground. It'll read, like, our mattress, the bed, like, the shelves, but it won't read, like, the ground. How many times do I have to put it on the edge of the bed and, like, squint?
Because
and, like,
you got
make a thumb head out of myself because it's, like, above me and it's huge because what is it?
It's wireless.
It's wireless, yeah. Like, it's humongous, but even if I have lights and everything is good, I can't always put it on the floor, like, on the ground. It just won't.
Yeah, and you've got I've checked to make sure you've got everything up to date too, so I'm not sure why it would cause that.
I sometimes even give you my phone and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why won't it catch, right? But it catches.
Yeah.
Because, it's like, go look for an open flat surface. Like, the floor is empty.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Yeah, the floor is empty, but I'm looking at her, like, TV table, and you have, like, a PS4 on it. There's a bunch of games on it, right? So that's not even a clear surface, but it'll, like, give me a footprint on the corner. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I have a whole floor that I'm looking at. Well, maybe Louse's paws are in the shot, but it's like, that shouldn't affect it.
No, little paws in a section of a...
Yeah, or like Stella walking through my screen shouldn't affect it either.
No.
But like, as long as there's any distraction, like the pad with their water bowl, not happening. It's just like, I don't know, I'm having like stupid little infuriating things with the game.
Deep breath, we'll get the air conditioner back on.
I am having deep breaths,
cool
like I can't even talk right now.
I know.
My headache's back too.
Another bit that I do want to mention before we take off, the leagues in Go Battle League are actually shifting before our next episode comes out.
Okay.
So on June 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be switching to Ultra League.
Alright.
So if Great League is where you excel, get those battles done as quickly as you can there.
What did I do last time? I don't know. I beat somebody and they didn't even see my third Pokemon.
Isn't that fun?
What the fuck did I do? I did... Okay. Oh! I did... This is the weirdest fucking team too. I did a Steelix. Of course my Charizard, because no one expects it. And just burns the shit out of everybody with Blast Burn. And I brought a Vigoroth. And then I won. He didn't even get to see my Charizard.
No?
No.
Did you have shields left for your Charizard?
I did. I had one. Okay, he came out... At first he came out with oh, I remember the team, but I don't remember the last one. It was it was Vaporeon, a Magmar, and something else. I can't recall right now. But
did your Vigoroth do a lot of the work?
You know what? On the when he switched to the Magmar, he did actually.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, because that would be tough for your Steelix.
Yeah, because I always lead with my Steelix, right? And he led with his Vaporeon.
Right.
And he just pulled it right away. When I had my Steelix, I was like, nah.
Which is weird. He probably thought it had Thunderfang.
No. It does not. It has Crunch and Earthquake.
No, on the fast attack. It probably has Dragon...
I don't know. Please hold.
It's the tournament one you use, right?
Yeah, it's Dragon Tail, Crunch, and Earthquake.
Yeah, so he probably thought it had Thunderfang before thinking.
Funny enough, though, no, he left it in. But, like, I was doing so much more damage than he was. He was like, oh, fuck this, right?
Dragon type.
So he wasn't waiting to, like, see. And then he put his Magmar in. And I was like, okay.
And now you're switch locked.
I was like, alright, I can do this. And then I switched to my Vigoroth. And I was like, I'm not putting out my Charizard for a fucking Magmar. That's ridiculous.
Neutral damage?
Fuck that.
Or not neutral.
Yeah, so I did Vigoroth. And because he charges so quick, I was like, 1 shield, 2 shield, 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, super down, Steelix, boom, boom, boom. Then he pulled another Pokemon. I forget what it was. Fuck, I wish I knew. Then the Steelix took that out, right? Then the Vaporeon came out. And then I blast burnt them.
But you said you didn't use a Charizard.
No. What the fuck? Yeah, what the hell was it? Did he pull a Charizard? I don't know. I wish I knew what his third thing was.
It's like people record their screens so they can rewatch their victories.
I live to forget. There isn't many victories, so... Like, I'll seldom, like, whenever there's a quest to do a battle, that's when I go battle.
Right.
You know? I saw a tweet, and it was like, I miss the days when community days were about shinies and not PvP politics. And I was like, thank you. I feel you, bro.
But I mean, we win on both sides with Beedrill, because Weedle's going to be a new shiny.
Yes, I'm happy here. Yeah.
And you've got the PvP move Drill Run.
Yeah. See, I mean, I know it's important to, like, you guys that, like, do the PvP and stuff like that. But, so I respect it. I just wish there was more, like, excitement about the shinies. Because I remember how excited people got.
I mean, people still get excited. We just don't go outside where those excited people are.
Well, no, but even, like, online, people would be like, oh my god, how many did you catch? How many did you catch? And now I see so many less of those posts since everything's like, I caught a rank this. And I'm like, show me the shinies. So, I mean, it's a never-evolving game. Like, I can't hate on it. I'm just a different player. That's why it's, accommodating for everyone.
Because I got a total of 3, 6, 9, 10.
10 what?
Shiny.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I can have one.
Sure.
At some point.
But yeah, we'll get you in next month. You get your shiny Weedle.
I hope so. I'll probably be in bed. Because, like, if I can't roll out now, man, it's not going to get any easier. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was like, you might want to get compression socks. And I was like, why? Fuck you. And I was like, why? And she goes, because even after you give birth and the bean is here, it gets worse before it gets better. So your legs and shit get even more swollen, and then they, like, go down. So, I know, like, I'm barefoot a lot and I try not to wear socks, but the compression socks apparently help so much more too. So, not only am I in a bathtub every day, like an old lady, now I have to get compression socks.
That's why I keep thinking those compression gloves will work well for your hands, because you got carpal tunnel.
What, compression gloves?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you'd be able to game again.
Yeah, I'm actually missing that. I really wanted to play today. And then I picked up a controller and went, nope. Like...
Well, being swollen too probably doesn't help either.
Well, no, I was showing you... What the fuck was I showing? Oh, this morning I was like, I can't make a fist. You were like, why would you make a fist?
To punch your stupid ass.
Punch your stupid ass. That was the answer. But, you know what I mean? Like, it's that feeling of, like, you can't, like... Okay, you know what? In the winter, as kids, we used to play with those shitty gloves, and you would get, like, frostbitten almost.
Yeah.
And then you go into the house, and everything swells back up because it gets warm.
And you can't...
You can't fully bend your fingers because it's so swollen.
Yeah.
Constant feeling. Like, that's exactly what it feels like, constantly.
And then you got your muscle spasm kicks.
Who? The beans?
Yeah.
The beans just like...
Isn't that how you describe it?
Well, for a guy, the only way I can describe it feels like a muscle spasm, because you're not making it, right? Like, it's involuntary because something else is making those kicks inside of you. Right? Like, my brother was like, ew, I don't know how you do it. I was like, ew, I don't know.
It just does.
It just happens. Like, and I mean, I was talking to my mom, and she was like, it is the best experience ever. I was like, the end result of having the baby? Or like, the countless hours of labor and pain and trauma that doesn't let you remember the full thing? And she was like, oh, the second part. Like, when you're like in the pain and in labor and stuff like that. Best experience of your life. And I was like, have you ever had ice cream? She was not pleased with me. She was like, you're so weird. And I was like, well, I mean, I've made that known that, like, everything up to that part is cool. Like, I'm good. Like, the swelling, the hurting, like, it is what it is. But it's just, like, that part is so unknown. Like, you can't Google it and it'll explain it to you exactly, right? Like, I can, like, on my app, it'll explain you all the symptoms by, like, week. And, you get some of them or you get all of them. But at least they're there, But, like, with, like, actual labor and birth and whatever, it's like free game. Could be anything, Like, it could suck so bad, or it could be easy. It could be hours. It could be, like, back and forth from, I don't know. I don't know. No one knows.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. I actually got, anyone who's listening who, like, is pregnant or has anyone that they know that's pregnant, I was really nervous about writing a birth plan because I'm just like, how am I going to write what to do for every single situation? Especially that it's so different, right? So how am I going to write, like, if this happens, please do this? Like, thinking about writing all that shit down gives me extreme anxiety.
It's like a choose your own adventure.
Kind of, but it's like, I can't cover everything.
If this happens, turn to page 7.
That's what I'm saying, right? So I actually asked my doctor, and I was like, dude, do I need to write this? Because, like, trying to do it and, like, attempting to write it, like, gives me extreme anxiety. And, like, I know that's a new thing. Because, like, my mom was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Birth plan. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that? And, like, a lot of, like, not super old people, but, like, older people I've spoken to, they're like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
Why are you writing anything down? And I know for some people it's great because they're, like, very specific on what they want, like music, this and that, right? So I told her, I'm like, it's not making me happy. It's not making me feel better about the experience. She was like, then don't write one. I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah, the only thing I want you to do is go in with an open mind. And when you go in there and they say, what's your birth plan? Just tell them an open mind. You know, and I was like, cool, dope.
An open mind.
Well, because you know what I mean? Like, I talked to her and I was like, the only thing that scares me is forceps. And she was like, why? I was like, because it looks like a torture device. And she goes, well, they're like 2 spoons cupping the head and shit like that. Didn't make me feel any better about them. But she's like, I prefer to use them over like a vacuum or whatever the fuck else there is. And I'm like, doesn't make me feel better, but I haven't been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So it's one of those, you know better as the doctor.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, if the option of, this is going to be really fucked up. If the option of forceps or C-section comes up, I would probably lean towards a C-section.
Just because it makes you that uncomfortable?
It really does. It reminds me of the Office episode where Dwight's like, and this is the punch and the spoon that guided my head through the birth canal. Like, I can't. You know what I mean? It's but it's not even, it's just the whole thing of like, all I imagine in my head is just the things just squishing the baby. Just no.
Yeah.
The whole thing is nasty. It's not beautiful. It's not great. It's gross.
So on this week with Pregnant and PkmnMstrz.
Sure. I apologize. You know, it's just, there's a lot of worries and like sometimes it helps to get it all out. So.
No, I get that.
I mean, I tell you about them, but you're just like, I'll be okay. I'm just like, I want to punch you with the fist I cannot make. But I mean, I appreciate that. It will be okay. It'll just be okay in whatever way it happens, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yes. Just bring snacks.
Snickety snacks.
Sneaky snacks. And lots of games.
Well, everyone, just make sure to tune in on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. We're also available on Stitcher and iHeartRadio. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I've been on there a lot more recently.
Yes.
I noticed that some of my videos have been muted, probably because of the music, because annoying. Most recently, I've been working while on Twitch. So I've been...
Anyway.
Well, I play our podcast in the background. So if you haven't heard them or someone's tuning in that doesn't know what we are, they'll be able to hear. And I chat in, so I chat with anyone in the chat room. I type.
There you go.
So I'm present. I have been looking for some copyright-free music for whenever we get back on with actual vocals.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
That way we don't get flagged. But I'm pretty sure I got flagged and muted on one that had our podcast playing, which we own. So that's stupid.
Don't try to silence me, man. Free country. No.
Now you can always send us an email at joltswitch@outlook.com and leave us a text at 548-800-5091. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, there is a link as well in the description. It's infinitely easier to do than calling. Save you some minutes too on your phone.
Who has minutes on their phone now?
You'd be surprised.
Okay, cool. Never mind. Not judging. It just, to me, it seems so foreign because every plan you see is unlimited whatever, right?
Especially in Canada. I'm not sure about the States so much. Possibly. There are plans in Canada that have minutes.
Yeah, pay as you go.
Yeah, well, aside from pay as you go, there are post-pay that has 150 minutes and
I know
50 text messages or
shit like that, or elderly plans. Again,
most plans now are unlimited with nationwide long distance in Canada.
Yeah, within your country.
But it does depend on your country and the providers.
Yeah.
But for that, there is a link that you can click on and leave us a voicemail and not have to worry about minutes unlimited or otherwise.
Thank you.
So we'll see you out again next week, and I hope everyone got a chance to check out some Reshiram.
Hopefully.
Make sure you drop that star piece, and we'll see you then.
I'm going to